other jobs where I've like been like a writer on reality TV shows. And I just found it, even though you're working as a television writer, I would still at the end of the day feel really dead inside. Like I didn't feel like I was bringing something good into the world. I felt like I was just contributing to the crap that's out there. Whereas with this, as humble as it may be, doing a little juggling show at a Renaissance festival, I feel like I'm bringing something good and worthwhile.
We met at a Renaissance Festival about 4 or 5 years ago, and I was doing a 3-person acrobatic show, and he was doing his solo show. And I think the first time I saw him, he was crowd surfing and dressed as a nun, and I was breathing fire in my show. So we knew we just went together, so it just worked out.
It's where some of where the vaudeville in America now exists. It doesn't happen so much at comedy clubs. Sometimes at some colleges, stuff like that, but Renaissance festivals are this like hotbed of variety, really, so it's not uncommon to meet other good variety acts there.
Yeah, you'll see jugglers and magicians and hypnotists and sometimes comedy acts and acrobats, and they all exist at Renaissance festivals. For me, I was really into acting when I was a kid, and I was in all my high school plays, and so I just knew that a lot of actors worked at Renaissance fairs, and so I just sort of like, well, I'll go out and try it and, meet a bunch of actors. So I tried out, got in the first year, and, they put me in the street circus, and for me I was kind of like, the street circus, but then I grew to love it. I really enjoyed all the aspects, like the juggling and the performing of it and doing big stunts and big skills, and so for me, I just started out wanting to be an actor, and it progressed into variety and vaudeville.
And for me, it was your classic, I was just such a geek in high school. It was like, of course, at some point, Renaissance Festival is going to come calling. It was in Dallas, there's a big one right there. And when I got out there, I was like, it was sort of like, my people, I have found my people. This is where I belong. It was like 1984 when I first started performing like this. And you could only find the gigs by just, I don't know, research and phone calling, and you just were desperate to find somebody's phone number or an address or crack something open. But with being able to search online for this stuff, it's way easier. But you still have to be a little bit wily about it. One, you have to have a good website, you have to have good video, you have to use the tools that you have to make yourself look like a real presence and a real act. When people do a search for an act like yours, you better pop up.
I think it's really important to utilize GigSalad in the best way you can. So we make sure that we're listed under the right category, and I think we're listed under comedy jugglers. And when we started out, we had a whole bunch of categories that were listed under like birthday party clown or stilt walker, and we get all these calls for gigs that were like, working for an hour for like a 1-year-old's birthday party as a clown. We're like, that's not exactly the kind of gig we want to be doing. We're a comedy juggling show, so it should be up like on a stage in a theater or something like that. So I guess making sure that you tick off the right boxes on GigSalad and make sure that you list it in the most accurate way is really important. People who are more talented than you is always going to inspire you to be great and become better as a performer. And I think it's important for acts, anybody, to surround yourself with people who are more talented than you. Don't surround yourself with people who are less talented than you. Go for a place that kind of throws you out of your safety element, makes you think, oh, I gotta tighten this show up a little bit more because I'm competing with the big dogs. So I think that's really important for any act and really any human being to just surround yourself with greatness.